Going on, Lynn? Today's going to be just a really super chill Sunday stream. Just hanging out. What's going on, Jill? How you doing, Jill? Good to see you, Ziggy. How's everybody doing on this fine Sunday? To welcome in Lisa. A little chat, little Sunday conversation. Good. Hey, CJK. So far, so good. This Sunday is off to a good start. Went shopping with the wife, stopped by the pork shop, got a green chili burrito, which is quite tasty. Jill says, doing a lot of us take our health for granted. Something I don't do these days. I'm very grateful for my health. Necessary evil. What's up? How's your weekend going? Ooh, there you go. That sounds wonderful. Potato salad, deviled egg. Yeah, that sounds great. I can get down with that. We got some green chili, some ham. My wife was in the mood for like an Easter dinner situation. She was having one of those cravings. I said, hey, let's go to the pork shop. And I grabbed me a green chili burrito. Yeah, good. That's the way it goes. Jill says boneless ribs, and she can spare a Gus. Ha 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 ha. Sorry, I can't resist that dad joke. I can't pass asparagus and say, hey, can you spare a Gus? Let's call it a glitch in the matrix. Open panel last night and was like, bah, that live ain't coming. Oh, last night, the post that I made on my community page. I don't know. I got hit with something. You ever just get hit with like, I don't know, like a bad reaction to a meal? I think it was just gas. Sometimes gas can fuck you up. Chili Re. Yeah, So, what do you mean? Even my comment, what's the uh, or this you could It might just be like the death rattle. Summer's coming quick for us Phoenicians. We're about ready to hunker down. It's going to get hot really quick. Hmm. I had Starbucks this morning. 60 to 70, a few days last week, and now we may have snow this Wednesday. Yeah, let's just call it the winter's death roll, you know? No, don't worry. I was gung ho. I was ready to go. I even told my wife, like, what the fuck? This is ruining my Saturday night. Yeah. With my cheesecake factory, and they brought me back spaghetti and meatballs. For happens to you guys, but I'm pretty sure it was just like some gas, you know. The Java chip frappuccino. I don't know if I've ever had that. I don't know. Two might be a thing of the past. You separate politics from the true crime content, but now it's just like whatever. If you don't like it, you can get going. It's definitely sunny here in Arizona. It's going to get hot very fast. So I figured I'd just do a quick little check in, see what the word on the street is. Oh, yeah, that's pretty high. So, what's the news? What kind of storm, Cyber? Yeah, we lose power more from wind than we do anything else. Sure, it's some kind of precaution. Hey, V, what's up? Brian says your audio is good 1 minute, and then we'll skip out. That's not good. Tornado in the. What kind of tornado? Are we talking like a quick touchdown, an F2, F3, F4, F5? We've had which is great because I'm planting grass, it's wonderful. And it seems to clear the air. V says, "We got crazy hail on Friday." Okay. I've seen some crazy hailstorms. I was in a hailstorm once, probably about, I don't know, 15 years ago. And the company that I was working for, the hail actually started breaking through the ceiling, busted through and was coming into the office. Let's just say it was an insurance nightmare. So if you were in the car insurance business, yeah, this was definitely a nightmare. We're talking broken windshields, dents all over the cars, it was just absolute nightmare. Florida. Yikes. Are you talking about those crazy dust storms I've been seeing on the news where they're like flipping over big rigs and things like that? That shit's crazy. Yeah, I saw that on the Fish Channel, but I tried to track it down and I couldn't find any feed. I but I didn't see anything significant. CJK Amish community tornado. 3 little girls left the dinner table to go to the outhouse. Unsuspectingly, the tornado hit with them inside the outhouse as the tornado finished with its destruction. Yikes. What's up, Courtney? Good to see you. Yeah, you would think a hailstorm would just be a nightmare for an insurance company. From side of the vehicle? Crazy. What a nightmare that would be. What's up, Karen? Hey, Julia. March is when Seattle gets all 4 seasons in one day. Laugh out loud. It was hailing yesterday, then cleared up to sunny and 60 degrees. I love the weather. Have you Yeah, necessary. I'm waiting patiently. I would love to see that case solved. Hey, Stephanie. Yeah, I'm talking like golf ball size. You hear about softball sized hailstorms, but I'm talking like golf ball sized and lasting like 20, 30 minutes. What's up, Pipers? Nope, you're not late. Just a quick impromptu check in. I wanted to check in on the crew and see if you guys are doing okay. Yeah, but hey, Brian. Live, but the yeah, that's there's fires often here in Arizona, and it's devastating. Definitely for us who like the outdoors. You know, we go camping out in the White Mountains quite often. Uh, and and, getting wildfire. People don't really understand until they go through it. You know. Bipolar. I'm listening. Right, V? You know, everybody talks about softball-sized hail, but and I'm sure it does happen, but I've never seen it with my own eyes. But I have seen golf ball-sized hail, and I've seen it do some real destruction. You definitely don't wanna be outside when that comes falling down. Necessary evil, that sounds like a lot of cases, honestly, you know? It does sound familiar, but sounds like a lot of cases. Shingles, what the hell is that? Sorry to hear that. Doesn't sound good. Yeah, if you're in Florida, I mean, you're just asking for it. Question, all right. Let's hear it. Who is the new suspect? I'm not a big fan of Gavin Fish. I don't follow him. I don't check in on his content either. But I did see that video, and I looked into it, and there wasn't really nothing to it. Well, at least outside of that. Yeah, fuck that. No thanks to the shingles. Yes, Stephanie. Yeah, I did. Let me see if I have something on that. Wait. Let me share my screen with you guys. I think this is what she's talking about. This story is still developing. Fucking bizarre.
For decades, police say he started a
And the only question is how many more victims are out there just like this guy?
stepson for decades. Police say he started a fire and are desperate to break free. Whit Johnson here with the story. Good morning, Whit.
George, good morning. This is a disturbing story here. Police called it a life of captivity and starvation and abuse. The man told authorities he intentionally started the fire at his home and even collapsed to the ground and wouldn't get up because he wanted the fire department to save him, believing that was his only way out.
This morning, harrowing new details of a 32-year-old man now free after allegedly being held captive for decades. His stepmother taken into custody.
This is the worst treatment of humanity that I've ever witnessed.
Last month, authorities in Waterbury, Connecticut, responding to reports of an active fire at 56-year-old Kimberly Sullivan's home, making an alarming discovery.
Here's an adult that was 5'9" and 68 pounds.
According to new court documents, officers came into contact with a man who was extremely emaciated. He told officers he intentionally started the fire in his room on the second floor using a lighter, hand sanitizer, and paper because he wanted his freedom.
There's some physical evidence that was seized from the house that does corroborate the fact that that room did have exterior locks on it.
Sullivan, appearing in court Thursday, now out on bail, facing multiple charges, including unlawful restraint, reckless endangerment, assault, and kidnapping. The accuser recounting details of his alleged captivity to authorities, saying he had not bathed in over a year. He was let outside for mere minutes a day, and his diet reduced to 2 sandwiches a day. When asked if he was hungry every day, he stated, "All day, every day, my entire life."
That is an awfully long.
Skating where kids 2, 3, 4 picking up a loaded gun, shooting a sibling. How does that happen? That happens by leaving a loaded gun where little kids can get to it. It doesn't take much strength on it. Strength act load the gun. But if you leave a loaded gun, you just pick it up, and it doesn't take much to pull that trigger. That's just horrible parenting right there. Horrible. Oh, you're saying this guy, Stefan, what is that, Boctwin? Or is that Baldwin? That's what I thought. 5'9", 63 pounds. That's crazy. A lot of people that come up missing or who are actually somebody's like sex slave. I've covered a lot of cases where people will travel across the country. Well, usually it starts with catfishing, kind of like the Keegan Kline thing. And they kind of target a young female. They'll go across, I don't know, the entire country, they'll travel 2,000 miles, East Coast to West Coast, abduct the child. And in many cases, they'll kill the family and kill them. And they're lucky the kidnapped victim. They get more information. They find out that this person, the predator, was trying to take him to like a basement, kind of like a Brian Chadwell situation where they take him to a basement and they chain him up, things like that. You guys hang tight. I'll be right back. Sorry, my wife made. Let me see if I can find that case that I was talking about. This shit was terrifying. This is the shit that keeps me up at night. It right here. Yep. Oh my god, this time. Let me share my screen with you guys. You know, most people just want to live like a normal life. Virginia man accused of catching kidnapped her. They captured
In Japan, the role of female in the work.
But he was just going to take her back to some dungeon. Like he had it all prepped and everything.
The Winnick family home boarded up after the fire set Friday. Investigators found the murdered family inside. 69-year-old. The glow of candles lights the darkness on Price Court. The Winnick family home boarded up after the fire set Friday. Investigators found the murdered family inside. 69-year-old Mark Winnick, his 65-year-old wife
guys.
Sherry, and their 38-year-old daughter Brooke. All three lived at the home. Riverside police say the family was killed before the house was set on fire late Friday morning. The suspect, now identified as 28-year-old Austin Edwards, a former Washington County, Virginia sheriff's employee, left with another teenage relative, police say. The young victim had been catfished by Edwards, according to Riverside police. He developed an online relationship with his victim and collected personal information, then traveled from Virginia to Riverside. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Office confirms the teen is now safe after a pursuit Friday afternoon more than 150 miles away near the town of Kelso. Deputies had tracked the red Kia Edwards was driving. Deputies shot and killed Edwards after they say he fired at them several times, even striking a SWAT vehicle.
I just want everybody to know how loving they were. They would deserve this.
Saturday, neighbors remembered the Winnick family as loving and supportive. They organized this vigil to show the Winnick's other daughter support through this.
All it took was some piece of shit to travel to all he really was doing what Keegan Kline was doing. And it was enough motivation for him to kill her entire family. I just think you guys are aware of it. I do my best to drive it home, but hopefully you guys listen. Fishy, what's up? What's up, Kelly? Ha, Necessary Evil, you're a big boy. You's a big boy. My end is real. Yeah, I don't know what's been going on. I'm having bad catfished a minor teen girl, went to house, Then police investigated on that perpetrator who perpetrated the crime to the person who sold him his house. And this guy basically was looking specifically for a that's at a basement, and then he was going to bring the teen back to live in his basement forever. Nobody would ever find out who she was. So people live in somebody's basement. What name? Very. In case here, Charles Rand.
Walk me through again what happened this afternoon. You
Hold on. List.
Charles. Hey, Charles, let me talk to you. I'm talking with Charles Ramsey. He's a neighbor. Walk me through again what happened this afternoon. You heard screaming.
Heard screaming. I'm eating my McDonald's. Come outside. I see this girl going nuts, trying to get out of the house. So I go on the porch.
Okay.
I go on the porch, and she says, "Help me get out. I've been in here a long time. It is a domestic violence dispute." So I open the door, and we can't get in that way because how the door is, it's so much that a body can't fit through, only your hand. So we kick the bottom, and she comes out with the little girl, and she says, "Call 911." My name was Amanda Berry.
Did you know who that was when she said that?
When she told me, it didn't register until I got to calling 911, and I'm like, I'm calling the 911 for Amanda Berry. I thought this girl was dead. You know what I mean? And she got on the phone and she said, "Yes, this is me." And the detective, Cook, right here, Detective Gregory Cook says, "Charles, do you know who you rescued?" I said,
It's crazy because this dude is an absolute hero. This guy's a legend.
I said,
Now,
Charles
when
Goodwin.
did you see? When did you see Gina?
Or
Charles Ramsey.
We're good.
So about 5 minutes after the police got here, see, the girl Amanda told the police, "I ain't just the only ones. It's some more girls up in that house." So they went up there, 30.
If it wasn't for him, she would have never been found. Here, let's pull up the Amanda Berry case. So this shit happens a lot, guys. A lot of these missing people are in your neighbors' homes being held. I mean, it really happens. There's another case that I'm thinking of, but I can't remember the name. This is it right here. The name that had been plowed missing person out of Anderson.
Watch out. Y'all. I got it. Watch out, boss.
Coming through, okay?
What's your name? What's your name, man?
Lauren. Gotcha. All right.
Just a girl. Just a girl. Just a girl. How are you, honey?
We're bolt cutters.
This is our best. He's a paramedic.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get you out of there. Okay.
Just hang loose for me.
Anybody got? I need a handcuff key. Handcuff key.
I got it right here. Hold up. Y'all slide back. Hold on.
He's got a light. We gotta get
pictures.
Randy, let me see your light, Randy. You can put your hands up. I got no. One's in my car. One's under my car.
Bolt cutter. Just hit the chain right there loose. Just right there, her hand, Brandon. We'll get it off. We'll get it off here. Cut it right here.
Look at that shit. That doesn't.
Do you know where your buddy is?
Charlie?
Yes.
He shot him.
He shot him?
Who did?
Todd Colehep shot Charlie Carver 3 times in the chest, wrapped him in a blue tarp, put him in the bucket of the tractor, locked me down here, and I never seen him again.
Okay.
He says he's dead and buried. He says there's several bodies dead and buried out here, and he says that the dogs will be ruined if they go looking because there's red pepper.
We're gonna step you up.
Todd.
Because there's what?
Red pepper.
Okay.
Tell the dog people that.
Yeah, we did a few live streams on Todd Colehep. You know, we just go about life. You know, it's almost unbelievable. I mean, that's really what it boils down to, is rational people living with irrational people.
A new documentary about upstate serial killer Todd Colehep is airing later this year. Colehep was a real estate agent in Spartanburg County before he was arrested. That's after investigators found a woman chained
like
up
Rex
in a
Heuermann.
storage container on his property. He later admitted to killing 7 people in the upstate, and he's currently serving a life sentence. This series is being put together by a company in the United Kingdom, and it's expected to be available on streaming platforms in the U.S. this year, but at this point, we do not know the release date.
Yeah, so that a lot of these unsolved crimes who are kidnapping women and children, and they're keeping them in a dungeon, like, you know, maybe in a secondary home.
I took 2 things that I love, dancing and dogs, and I made them into a successful business. Hi, I'm Ronnie.
Did his time in Arizona. He gets his real estate license. Were you surprised that he was able to get that real estate license, given the fact that he was a sex offender?
No, I didn't know it mattered.
Didn't know it mattered.
And I came up with it. He was never a kid that would sit at a desk and stay there all day.
Right.
I suggested real estate.
He became a real estate agent.
He loved it.
And you
And
must have.
he took off like gangbusters. He's
We had a serial rapist case.
sold at least one house a day. He worked hard.
But Richie,
Todd is someone who stays to himself pretty much. He's a loner. You know, he's easy for him to entertain himself. It's like I told you, he read the whole encyclopedias.
when he was a kid.
Yeah.
But I want to just come back to this for a moment. You just described for me 7 murders that your son committed that he told you about. And it was all because the people were mean to him?
Yeah.
They embarrassed.
And so he killed them.
They embarrassed him. And you know, anybody, I don't care who you are, and whether you have a temper or you don't have a temper, nobody wants to.
She's cold, huh? I don't know if I would fuck with her.
And that's hard to work out from.
After telling you that he
I mean, it's true. Nobody likes to be embarrassed, but I mean, what are the consequences? See, that's the thing about psychopathy. Murder is always on the table, right? Most people think, well, how am I going to resolve this problem? Oh, well, I need to get a divorce, or I need to break this partnership, or I'm going to have to sue you in the court of law. But when it comes to a psychopath, murder is always on the table. It's always an option. And that's the part that people don't understand. You don't really see the psychopath in front of you because they're able to hide in plain sight. They have what's called superficial charm. So it's very misleading. But once you become a problem, if it's a problem that takes too much effort to go, let's say A and B, C, which is the murdering part, is always the go-to option. I can just kill you. No, from I don't need to sue you in court. You try to get my business back from you. I'll just kill you. And because I'm so fucked up in the head, I'll get away with it. And they think they will. They think they'll get away with it. Yep, we covered Joseph Frizzle. Don't know why they let him loose. Was talking about Rick Snae's panel. Pretty but yeah, you know now you know. What's up, Michelle? To a psychopath, to them, it's not right or wrong. Just you know, people are not cool. People can be thrown away like trash if need be. Yeah, I think it was. I think I watched it. It was like Rick Snay. I think the Prof, Noe, and then Julie Melvin. It was just really ridiculous. It was fucking a joke, really. You guys hold that thought. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I am back. No more than something to gain pleasure from till your value is expendable. I mean, I think you're expendable from the get-go, you know what I mean? And they do use you. They use you up and then they get rid of you. It's kind of like I think the term for it is family annihilator. Kind of like Scott Peterson. You know, he had this beautiful wife, he had all the potential in the world to have this great family. But he met somebody new, and then instead of just getting a divorce and it all, you know, perfect girl, kind of like Chris Watts, Kelly. Absolutely, Chris Watts and Scott Peterson are no different. The same demon. Absolutely. For them's families at all. They didn't want to give Libby any credit for capturing her killer on film, and they want to sit there and say that it's not Richard Allen. And that's great if they can to accuse somebody like Kelsey after that without any real. It's just disgusting. It's pretty gross. But hey, if you're into that, that's a good channel to go check out. If you're into like victim blaming and being time, man, hey, good channels to check out. If you like fighting people that you don't agree with, actually physically, if you like trying to reach out to people in real time because you disagree with them on YouTube and try to affect their actual life, yeah, you might be really into those folks. Kelly says drama, zero accountability. Yeah, victim shaming, catching charges. Yeah, if that's what you're into, you know, that's a great channel for that. Great channel. Michelle says Unsolved No More. Very good site for deep dive coming from actual law enforcement person. Is that Maine's? Yeah, Unsolved No More is a great channel. I agree with you, Michelle. That is a great channel. Ruthless aggression. Osbrook is trying in explaining to people how to measure BG. Yeah, it's funny that people don't understand angles. I mean, honestly, the video that was released in the Delphi murders, and I don't mean to disrespect anybody if you agree with this, but it really is telling you who the idiots are, right? It's separating normal folks from the fucking retarded. And I don't mean retarded like special needs. I'm just talking like completely blinded by it, you know. It really is separating the normal from the insane. Like, yes, oh, it's a person. They don't understand the video. Like they can't grasp it. We're dealing with checker players. You know what I mean? So I don't even bother. I don't even bother. The can't like arguing with the child. stuff the life experience to even understand it. Like they can't understand angles of video. They can't understand the editing of audio. So all you can do is leave them with it, right? Let them have it. Just walk away. There's absolutely no getting through to them. It's because they just can't grasp it. They can't grasp how can appear to be taller. I mean, they just can't grasp it's not up to us to help them understand because they never will. You can't explain it to them because they can't grasp the concept. Well, we play 4D matches. And I'll play anybody at chess if they want to. If they want to challenge me, let me know. I'll play. Mensa. That's funny. I think Richard Allen was a Mensa card holder. If that tells you anything. Anna, you only matter to a narcissist or psychopath so long as you are useful to them. That's true. Well, I don't know. I don't think it's all ego. And the ego is anything to overcome by any means. It does take intelligence and common sense to first identify that you are an egotistical maniac and that you can change. It to like an addict. You can't begin to use it until you identify that you have a problem, or even alcoholics. You know, that's the first step. Yikes. Yeah. And says Snake show sign. Oh yeah, he's he's somebody that is proven wrong time and time again, and will say, "Try to prove me wrong." So, down when I'm in the city. Out of my car and say, "Hey, this is bad. You have a problem." I don't. I just keep driving. There's nothing that I can do for them. So I'm not. That's the YouTube. Okay. The struggle is real. Necessary. Yeah, the derp. We need to definitely bring that word back. The derp. You know, we've lost that word. But yeah, that's a good word for it. I mean, especially people like Julie Melvin, They have no real evidence, no real proof, and they think it's okay to go around re-victimizing the patties and things like that just because they got a squad of fucking weirdos who kind of worship them. They don't have any real proof, real evidence. They don't have anything that's concrete. But it's like moth. It's like moth to a light. So who from narcissism and egotism kind of gravitate towards that. So I say let them have it. Leave them to it. Anybody that's into that, it's just a projection of what we should avoid. You just get in kind of I just you're projecting who you are as a person, and I'm thankful for that because now I can avoid you. Don't need you. Don't need to be around you. So live like you went out of your at that point. What kind of man are you? Definitely not a man that I would associate with. That's for sure. So there's different kinds of people in this world. Get in where you fit in. The way I see it. Thank you for letting me know what kind of a person you are so that I can avoid you. You have to look at the positive side of things. If you have somebody that's a piece of shit and they just come right out and say, an effort trying to find out. Hey, Truth Sleuth. Yeah, it's all about being able to judge and you can and a lot of them what they do they play the long game. Like, oh hey, I'm your friend. We've been hanging out and talking behind the scenes for quite some time now. It's like, nope, I've already seen you slithering. I already know that you're a snake. Yep. That's easy. People that's absolutely. Yeah, don't ever take anybody's judgment of who you are, no matter who they are. That's true, CJK. For demon. I mean, I don't think it's broken. I just think it depends on where you're at and which crowd you're hanging out with. You know what I mean? Learn about Darvo. The DARVO method. DARVO is an acronym that stands for Deny, Attack, Reverse, Victim, and Offender. A pattern of behavior used by perpetrators to abuse and manipulate and avoid accountability. And offender. Let's talk about your also true. Birds of a feather flock together. And that's the way I see things. You know, I don't look at it as a bad thing. I just look at it as the fuck. And I think that's how good and evil works too. You know, you find ways to determine what people are attracted to. But I don't know, guys. I think that's going to be it for this quick little live stream. We're going live tonight. We're definitely going to do an open panel. Toby McDaniel, dude, I'm sick of your constant heavy breathing. Then what are you doing here? I'm sick of things that you're doing, yet I still stick on. Toby, you sound like a fucking dipshit. I would have clicked off a long time ago. I'm not going to sit there and do something that I don't want to do, especially when it's just a click away. You sound like a dumbass. Is that what you are, Toby? A dumbass? You can be honest. I mean, we already know the answer to the question, but I'm sick of your heavy meter. Imagine how stupid that guy is. If I to a live stream, they're kind of I just leave. I'm principal. Oh my god, I can't stand. I just click the button and I leave. Good to see you, Darkside. Totally in as long. Toby, I'm sick of your constant stupidity. Dude, I'm sick of your constant heavy breathing. I can't stand it, but I can't click away. Please stop your heavy breathing because I have to watch your live stream. Shut the fuck up, Toby. You know you're a little bitch. We all know it. In USA, they want crime and justice for victims, but many feel bad when criminals get locked up with no hope. Thus, appeals and sympathy. Well, I mean, it's just tough, you know. The American justice system. It's a hard pill to swallow, you know, because there's first of all, there's no real justice, and you can never really find enough evidence to convince everybody. You know, there's always everything's on the fence. Like I'm just not convinced. You know, and we just all these or guilty people can't keep free anymore to video of them, actual witness of the crime. There's no such thing as real justice. The only real justice is preventing crime from happening. That's it. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. This. And that's just the way it is. Until technology gets better, until we can figure out a way around it, you're just going to have people that support evil. They want evil to go free so that they can perpetrate more evil. It's just the way it works. People, and they've actually witnessed the crime because it's become conspiracy. And there is a heavy conspiracy that you should have. There should be a part of you that says, hey, look, there could be an evil cabal at work here. Just think because you. I'm a sleuth robot. I can. We're glitchy. You guys have anything else to add? Now, Kelly, me too. I believe in evil. I believe that it does influence people. CJK, facts from books aren't necessarily facts. Yeah, I mean, is there really anything as a fact? Those who write the history books. And everything has a spin to it, right? I think that's the human nature of it all. That's what life is all about. That spin. The facts are somewhere in between all of that. You got both sides adding a spin to everything. Some even say the truth is subjective. But anyway, we will save that for later. Yeah, don't rely on creators. Don't believe anybody. Don't trust anybody. Specifically content creators. If I say something, I expect you guys to go do your own homework because I have. I'm not going to come up here and spout anything that I can't really back up. So listen, enjoy the rest of your day. I'll probably see you about 4 hours. And sure they got some. But either way, I will catch you on the flip side. Peace out, guys.